Today I'm going to talk to you about the little Sizzix embossing folders. I am just now getting to the point where I am comfortable and confident in what I do. I still have a terrible tendency to look through catalogs and online products online and say, oh, I want that. Oh, that looks cool. I'd like to have that. And when I get it home, then I look at it and say, well, what am I going to do with this? So it sits in the cupboard or it sits someplace else and I don't know what to do with it for quite a while. And as my skill advances and as I feel more confident in what I'm doing, then I venture into these things that I've bought and try something with it. If it fails, that's okay, because I'm beginning to learn stuff. So I'm beginning to become less critical of what I do. I still am a control freak. That won't change. But I'm getting better at, okay, that was a failure, but I can try and do this a different way. I don't give up right away and put the thing into storage forever. These embossing folders from Sizzix, they have like a dual purpose, which is really cool in my opinion. Inside the folder, this is the piece, this is the side here that pokes through these holes to make the embossing part of it. The other thing is, you see these little spots of tape that are on there? This comes out. This comes separate. You can put it on a piece of paper and lay it down, and with a with a marker, you can go in and you can draw in there, and you can use chalks, you can use the ink pads from Stampin Up and blender pens, and you can color these in. Okay, so there's your stencil. Now to put this back in, you're going to, on this piece here with the raised items, you're going to lay this upside down. Okay, you're gonna lay this down on these bumpy things. You're gonna put that back in there. Don't put it over here on this side, because you won't get it lined up. There isn't anything there. So put it on here. Put it in there like that, and then close your lid and then press on the tape, and then when you open it up, then it's back on the side where it belongs. Just take your piece of paper that you want to use and put it in, and then, oh, get over here. Okay, then, oh, and you also need to have the Sizzix system converter to do this. And if you watched one of my other tutorials, you would know how that fits. You would see how that fits up in there. It's magnetic. Okay, you're going to slide this under and push this down. And since I'm a control freak, and that all fit underneath this head, I am not sure that it all did, and I want to make sure that it does. Okay, and there's your image. It's embossed through. I'm not a good coloring person. I haven't practiced a lot at that. But as you can see, I used the stencil to draw 2 of these. And I spaced them a little bit apart and left a gap on the inside. I left a bit of a gap between the 2 and colored these in. And then this one's embossed. I wanted these little basket parts to be a little bit more defined. So I used my sponge and chalk and wiped it on there before I cut it out. With my little scissors, I trimmed around and cut this out. Okay, with your ink pad, you're just going to take it between your fingers like this, and you're going to mush in the top a couple of times, and that's going to transfer ink up to the lid, and we're going to use the lid. And there's the ink that you just mushed up, and then you can also see where I've been with the blender pen. Okay, I'll use this clean side so you can see what I'm doing. Now let me come down in here. Okay, with the tip of your blender pen, I know you can't see this since it's so white, but you just rub it around in the ink, and then you're going to take it to your piece and you're just going to color. And if you're one of those lucky people that can tell where the light is coming from, that's great. I'm not one of those. I haven't practiced that enough. But okay, how am I going to do this so you can see? Okay, we'll do it this way. Okay, so you just dab in there, get it on your marker, on your blender pen, and just color away. And you can do this with any color at all that you want. Just make sure you clean the brush, and I'll show you how. Clean the brush between each color. And sometimes there's a little bit of color left where you can make it a little lighter. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this along until it starts running clear. Alright, now we're going to go to the wire part of this. And this is really easy. These are flowers I made from the Cricut machine with my different scraps of paper. With the wire, I'm going to use this black wire. This is 22 gauge wire.